Hello everyone, welcome back to another video here on the channel. I'm Ash, aka Brommer, and today we're switching our focus back onto eFootball. It is GamesCom this week as of recording this, so we're expecting lots of announcements across the week, and Konami have begun with the first one. This announcement is concerning the MLS, something that we've not seen in PES at the moment, at least not in licensed forms anyway, so we're going to have a little explore. But first, before we get into that, just a quick update regarding the channel. I recently announced that I'm starting a new Master League series on PES 2021 with mods, so that we've got all the updated squads, transfers, all stadiums in the game, as well as lots of other incredible gameplay mods. We'll be doing it as Roma, as Jose Mourinho, a nice realistic rebuild. So do go and check that out if you haven't done so already. I will leave a link to the description once the series starts. Haven't started it as of recording this, but by the time a lot of you are watching this, it probably will be out, so I will leave a link in the description. But on that note, let's get into the video. So here it is then. They are starting off their Gamescom week of announcements with this one, the MLS. Now, there's a couple of things to sort of get into. Let's just start with the initial announcement, and then we're going to have a little discussion to see what it actually entails. So they do say, today we have an exciting announcement for all of our fans in the US. We've signed a deal with the MLSPA, that's the Players Association of all the MLS players, granting us the rights to use all their players in eFootball. They also say on top of that, we've signed 11 MLS players as official eFootball ambassadors. One of them is, of course, Jonathan Dos Santos, who does feature heavily in the trailer. Hopefully, my post-editing self will now be showing you the trailer and you can see sort of what it is. Pretty decent trailer, to be fair. High quality production. We know what Konami's marketing team are like usually. Just simple really, but this trailer was actually like I say, really high quality production, something a little bit different, quite cool compared to the first reveal trailer. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Overall then, we're going to sort of get into it. First things first, they haven't put out a press release, which is, you know, again, it's just Konami all over really, isn't it? Because usually what you'll do is when you make this sort of announcement, you'll put out a statement on your website just going into more detail about the release. But having a look on the website, absolutely nothing about it. It's just purely the trailer, and in the description of the trailer they don't sort of go into any more detail other than that also Josef Martinez and Eduardo Tuesta are also ambassadors as well. But let's get into it. So they only mention here that they've got an agreement with the players, so that means that for definite all the players will have their real names in the game. Now, any of you who do play PES regularly will know that obviously the MLS isn't currently in the game in any form, whether or not it's unlicensed, a generic league, or licensed. It's just not in the game, and the players as well, or at least a majority. So they don't actually mention in this announcement that they've got an agreement with the MLS as a league or any of the teams. So what I'm thinking is that what we're going to see is a generic American league, similar to what we already see in PES now, such as where it says English First Division instead of the Premier League, English Second Division instead of the Championship, etc. So you're going to have, say, an American First Division, the American League, etc. And then within that, you're going to have all of these teams who are probably going to be fake names and fake badges, etc. And then within those teams, you'll have the real players, and you'll have a lot of players, not all, but plenty, and certainly the ambassador players, as people who have their faces in the game, will have a game face. Now, what I expect is something similar to other leagues, such as the Premier League or the La Liga, etc., where even though the leagues aren't licensed, they will partner with maybe 1, 2, 3 clubs, maybe more, within that league. So we might see, for example, LA Galaxy as a partner club, so they will be licensed. You might get 1 or 2 others as well. I would imagine Inter Miami probably, because obviously despite their sort of dwindling performances, there's still a bit of a hype train around them, you know, with regards to the whole David Beckham and the signings, etc. So, you know, wouldn't be surprised to see them, but this is how I think that's going to play out. Basically, we're going to have a generic American league with a few licensed teams within that league, and then all the players will then be licensed, with plenty of them having the faces as well. What this does mean for anyone who does option files on either PC or PS4, it's going to be a lot easier to get those sort of things going. Often you'll find that option files that you download will replace one of the generic leagues with the MLS and then put them in, but it will just make it easier for those guys doing that sort of thing. And also for anyone who's on Xbox, for example, or mobile, who obviously can't get access to the licenses, can't get access to option files, it will just make it easier for them as well and a bit better. So something that's a reach out for those sort of American potential players. Obviously America, or USA I should say, is an area that Konami haven't really had much success in with PES, with the PES franchise. So it's something that clearly they're looking to target and looking to try and penetrate that market. They do particularly much better in South America, for example, and those sort of countries, rather than USA. So definitely something they're looking to target quite clearly. I have to say, I'm surprised they've gone with this announcement to lead off the week, because I'm expecting a few more reveals and stuff, of course, across the course of Gamescom. I'm surprised this is the first one that they reveal. I'd have thought that would have been, they make their big announcement, whatever that might be, and then they'll lead it off with lots of smaller ones, such as newly licensed players and leagues and teams, etc. Having said that, now that they've announced this, we might start seeing across the course of the next week and the next few weeks licensed clubs being announced on top of this, such as, you know, any MLS club. So definitely worth keeping an eye out for that one. So what do you guys think overall? Are you pleased with this announcement? Are you expecting a little bit more? Does it not really float your boat? I know some people won't even bother playing with the MLS, which is fine. I'll certainly give it out a try, and we'll wait and see sort of how it looks in game. But let me know what you think in the comments section. Really interested to hear what the feedback is on this. I think generally people are pretty positive going through Twitter here, although, you know, on top of the first trailer that wasn't great, as someone's already mentioned here, you'll know that obviously there's a bit of negativity, so people, you know, are expecting a lot more. So I think there's definitely an element of that, but it is a start, and hopefully we've got just far more to come, because at the moment I think people you know, aren't particularly optimistic about the game, myself included. Having said that though, certainly a decent announcement. You know, I want more leagues, more players, more teams in. We want as much as possible in the game. So it's certainly something. So I'm not going to completely come down hard on this announcement. Hopefully though, we do have a lot more to come in store. If you want more regular announcements from the likes of eFootball, for example, as well as following my AS Roma Realistic Jose Mourinho Master League rebuild as well, then please do hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so that you get notifications every time I upload a video. Lots of videos coming across the course of the next few months or so with the release of eFootball and FIFA 22, etc. So give this channel a subscribe and you get access to all that good stuff. Leave a like on the video if you haven't done so already, and don't forget to give me a follow on Twitter. The link to that is in the description. On that note, we're going to finish it off there. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you soon.